Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today is the last day I'll be in a not Mitsubishi Lancer in N300 Racing. And well, as of today, I know this because I received the Mitsubishi Lancer with the 26-mile thing, so to cap off racing with something that ain't quite as competitive, well, I'll see what happens when I try to race as hard as I can with something not quite as competitive. As y'all can see, ahead of me there's a whole slew of Audi TTs, Mitsubishi Lancers, and all that kind of stuff. But, well, I'm in a Lotus Evora, so let's see how good I can do in my rear-wheel drive versus some four-wheel drive, folks. As of now, those four-wheel drives are having an advantage through the slow-speed sections, but I'm pretty good around the turns and through the high-speed sections, so let's see if I can keep up. As of now, I'm not really doing too bad, but I'm not really doing too good either, but given that it's 2x2x2 for the next quite a few positions, maybe if somebody can make a mistake, I can end up doing quite a bit better. As of now, I need to make sure I don't make a mistake, though, because I have a car right in front of me that I don't want to brake into too hard. I have a car behind me, so I can't brake too early. So let's see what craziness ensues in the next few turns. The drivers up there are too wide, though, so I can gain a little bit on them. I can't exactly do anything with it, but I might be able to do something with the drivers now that they're not too wide, so I go too wide myself. And holy snikes, I actually get the pass down there on the four-wheel drive and higher speed sections. But it's about to go back down to some lower speed sections before we get to the front straight. But if I can hold off the car right behind me there until the front straight, it should be good at least for this lap. And it may not just be the car behind me, it may be the cars in front of me that I may be able to do something with on the front straight, because I'm actually coming close to them because they're battling too wide. So maybe, just maybe, I can make a move on them as well. I am gaining a little bit of time around the turns. Off the turns, though, they gain about that much time back, but on the straights, I can gain even more time back. So maybe I can make a move into this turn, maybe not, though, but I think those three drivers are going to try to make a move in all of themselves, so maybe somebody out of that pack will wreck. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to quite wreck, but they all very kind of go a little bit wide and slow each other down, so I gain yet a bit more, but this is to low speed section again, so I'm sure I'll lose whatever I gain there out of this turn. And yeah, I do lose a little bit, but I did gain enough where I am still side by side with somebody, so as I take the wide line through here, I'm most likely to lose a bit. And well, I think I'm going to lose a bit more than a bit, because I got moved to about the outside-ist line possible. And well, they're still trying to move me to the outside there. They're not exactly respecting me not being in a four-wheel drive, but well, the only four-wheel drive I had of this race is the Subaru Impreza, and it can't keep up whatsoever on the straights. So my best option was indeedy dandy this Lotus Evora, and well, I'm making the best of my options there because I'm still pretty close there. I did lose some time for the low speeds, but this is more of a mid to high speed section, so again, I'm gaining a little bit of time back. Gain some time, then lose some time, and gain some time, then lose some time. But let's see if I can gain the time at the right time and end up gaining all the time I need to get some more positions at the very end of the race. Luckily, the end of the race does indeedy dandy end on a straightaway, but right before that straightaway is more the low speed section, so really it could go either way on the straightaway. But as of now, I think these cars aren't exactly going to get out of my way, even though it does look like I can gain some time on them. So I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to get around, because I can't exactly get around in a turn, and that's usually the best way to pass is in a turn or out of a turn. I definitely can't do it out of a turn because I'm rear-wheel drive. So really about the only way I can do it is in a turn, but I'm going to have to block a whole heck of a heap out of the turn. So this really could go anyway, and it's going anyway on the straightaway, as I figured. And I go all the way to the bottom there, and it does indeed look like I'm going to get the pass done. But again, I'm going into this turn fine, but let's see if I can get out of this turn fine. As of now, though, I'm looking okay. There's not actually a car on my either side of me, so I can take the line of one out of there, but really, so can they. So they're going to gain a bit more time as I try to gain time on the car in front of me, but I'm not going to be able to gain much time till the straightaway again. More ebb and flow there again of what cars are better at what circumstances, but I'm pretty good all around for what car I have, I guess, so I'm not really losing too much time to low speed. Now that we're actually into the more mid to high speed, let's see if I can actually make some time. I don't know, folks. If I'm gonna make time, I gotta do it quick though, because this is indeedy dandy the last lap. So if I'm gonna make time, I'm gonna have to do all I can to make it around these last few turns. These up and coming 2 turns are more high speed, but there are some low speed sections for the last 2 turns of the race, so we'll just have to see what ends up happening. Though for now, I got a decent lead on the cars behind me. But anything can and will happen on the last lap, as we've seen in many races before. But it's looking like I have a pretty good advantage, and even though I'm not going to have an advantage off this turn, I do have my own line. So really about the only way they could make a pass is either ram me off the road or pass me on the outside, but either of those are definitely possible. But luckily they are a little bit too far behind. So despite getting somewhat bullied through the first part of the race and the last part of the race, I maintain composure and I'm able to get a pretty good result out of not exactly having a pretty good car. My car ain't bad, but well, quite literally all the cars ahead of me are better. But I do get a top 10 out of it, and well, I can't really complain too much because, as I said at the beginning, I now have the Mitsubishi Lancer. So, for Group 3, I have the best car, the Corvette. I got that at the beginning. For Group 4, I was given the best car pretty recently, the GTR. And now for N300, just now, I was given the best car, the Mitsubishi Lancer. So let's see how competitive I can be now with the best cars in every class. Yeehaw!